Hi, welcome to this lesson of our study of data science. So in this we're going to go through three basic things um, that we'll need in data science. Okay, so we need to understand functions, and there are some inbuilt functions or built-in functions that Python comes with. You have to understand methods, right? And we have to understand packages. And then when we're done with this, we'll pick each one of them and then talk about them. Okay. All right. So Python in built-in function. So we have the print function which you've been using all this while. Okay. In this lesson, it just give us the outputs of data type or data that you are dealing with. The len is also another function that show how to count elements in a list, or it gives you the length or the length of a particular list that you have. We have a lot of them. You have the sum, min, max. You have the absolute. You have the round, right? So I'll talk about a few of them, and then you will have to work on the rest of them to see how they look like. So when I run this, I get to see demonstration of built-in functions, right? So I have this list I've created, and that is the numbers list. And in this list, what I want to do is to use one of these things, right? So if I want to print the original list, okay, we said the print function, which is an inbuilt function, right? Um, it what does it do? Let me add some comment to this. So this is the numbers, sorry, list, right? And then when we put this, I just print the numbers, okay? If I run this, I should see the comment, the numbers function, okay? And let me add more space. Yeah, I see the numbers list here, and then when I see that, I get to see the list, the actual list, okay? Now I want to see the maximum value of this list, right? I want to print um, max value of numbers, or maybe, yeah. And then how you use the max function, you realize the print function, you realize all these functions, you call it and then you open and close a bracket like that. Okay, so max, open, close, right? When you do that, we just put the numbers in there. When I close this and run it, I should see the maximum value. The max here, if you go through this list, is 23, right? So it makes sense that we have that as the max. um let's look for some other function. We can sum all the values of the list here, okay? We can also print um sum of all values in numbers. Sorry, this numbers is the numbers list I'm talking about, okay? I have some open and close because every function has this, okay? This is something you should get and put it there, because we're gonna create our own functions rather than using these ones, okay? So when you sum them, this is what you get. You get 42. We can round, we can find the absolutes, right? So you can do a lot of stuff. So you can go through the rest of these, okay, and do. You can print the length of numbers, okay? I didn't add any comment to it. We should see the length. That is how many elements do you have? You counting them: one, two, three, four, five elements. I'm not talking about the position. I'm not talking about the indexing. I'm talking about how many values or how many elements do you have in this numbers list. There are only five of them, right? So that's the use of the len function. Now, like I said, you can go through them and do for the main, the apps, the round. If you want to round to two decimal place, there's a way you have to do it, right? And I'm leaving that as an exercise for you. Go through our resource, and then try to find how to do that. Okay. And let's come to the methods, right? So, um, methods is one of the, I mean, it looks more like a function, but we call them methods. We actually apply them on some specific data types because every data type comes with its own method. Okay, so that's the main reason why we call them the methods. Is used to do a particular thing. Okay, so for list we have these methods: append, remove, sort. For string we have this methods: upper, which is for uppercase; lower, which is for lowercase; replace. Dictionaries we have these methods as well. Okay, so let's say I want to create this list, data, which is equal to, you know how you create a list, right? You open and close a square bracket, and I'm going to call this data. I'm going to call it, I want to create a string list, banana, banana, and I have maybe cherry, and then I close this list, right? So if I run this, I should have the data list here updated in the system. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the method append. What append does is it add to the list. Okay, data dot append, and I'm going to use I'm going to say I'm adding the orange fruit to it. Okay, I mean you've seen this append before, right? Now if I run this, it has updated. Now if I print the updated, I want to add a comment: the updated list, updated data list, right? If I do that, if I print this data, I'm going to see a data list, or the data list with orange included. Okay, originally there was no orange here, but using the append, it has been able to do this. We can learn more about the remove and then the sort method. Like I said, I want you to just take your time, go through how to use these ones. Okay. Um, if I want to, I can also um, change the uppercase or lowercase of a particular given string, and then to uppercase, or like you're changing it from maybe uppercase to lowercase, or maybe a mixed to only lowercase or uppercase or something, right? So let's say I have this code here, and I want to say greetings or greet, and I say hello world. Okay, um, this is a string with mixed cases. Some of them are uppercase, some of them are lower cases. Okay, so I want to print. Sorry, print. Um, maybe you can do the uppercase. I'm going to do the lowercase string of greet. All right, I'm going to say greet. Right, look at how we do the method. The method come after um the main data that you want to apply the method on. Okay, so dot lower, and it doesn't take anything in it, right? If you look at this very carefully, let's go to the functions, right? For the functions, if I'm using the max here, the max has to come before the data you want to apply the max on. If I come to the sum, the same thing. But if you go to methods, realize the methods come after. It's like you call your data, or maybe your list, or whatever you want to apply the method on, then dot the method. Okay, so that's the difference between the method and the function. And if I print this, I see hello world printed as in lowercase. Okay, now you can go ahead and do for the uppercase. Now, on the other hand, like I said, we also have some things called packages. All right. I didn't talk about dictionary keys and the rest. I want you to take your time, go through the resource. I'll put the link to that resource in the description section. Okay. Now, the most important packages I'm going to use for this class is going to be these guys, NumPy and Pandas. I really will take full class on this, teaching about, I'm talking about how to get the understanding of these things, okay? But for now, let's work with the math package. So in Python, before you can package, what is a package? The first thing you need to understand is that the package is something that comes with its own functions and other things we can do. It comes with its own functions, it comes with its own methods. We can do a lot of stuff with the package. So import, I want to import the math package. So before you use a package in um, Python, we just import it, right? So if I import the math package, now I can do a lot of or tons of calculations using the math package. Okay. One thing we can do, we can talk about trig or trigonometric calculations with a math package. We can use square root. We can do a lot of stuff. Okay. So an example of that I want to do is that, let's say I want to find or get a square root of. So I want to show you, find the square root of 16, right? Using math. So once I import the math, I can use math dot square root, and it's called sqrt, right? And this is what I'm going to do. So I have math dot sqrt of 16, and this should give me the square root of 16, which is 4, right? So I get 4.0, right? Now on the other hand, um we can also import the math in a different way, where we will not have to use math the square root. We'll use the square root straight away. Okay, I can say from math import star. Once I do this, it imports all the other methods and functions in this, and here I can just go ahead and do square root of 16 without using the math dot that, right? So this goes straight away. So in most of my lessons, when it comes to the packages, the traditional way people do is using this, right? Even in NumPy, people import NumPy as NP. I'm not going to do that, right? I will just import it, and so that we can use some functions straight away without if you, because here in the upper one, this line, if we did not apply the math dot square root, we will not get the solution. If I run this line, because I had already imported math from math, I've already imported this star, it will work. But supposing I did not have this, right? Suppose I did not have that line. Let me run it and see what happens. I mean, I have to clear it, but that's what I wanted to mean. Let's say math of square root. You can also do um, what I did here, sqrt of 16. We'll talk about a lot of stuff, okay? So when I run this, I should get that. And like I said, there are other things you can do with the math package. For now, I want you to just take your time, go through the math package, learn more about it, okay? So we can do this and run it. If I run, yeah. So if you do that, I did the math and a question mark. What I'm asking Python to do is to tell me more about it, right? So this is what it's a module. The module somehow that's what I'm calling the package. It's a built-in, and then this module provides access to the mathematical function defined by the C standard. So you can go through all those things, the documentations about how to use some math stuffs like hyperbolic functions, the square root, the power. Now, if I want to raise maybe um, if let's say I want to raise 2 to the power 5, so all I have to do is use the power 2 to the power 5, and I mean, this goes straight away, and we have 32, right? So you can do a lot of calculations using the math package. Like I said, take your time, and that's your assignment for this lesson. Go through all the other things we did not do for all of them, okay? And I'll see you in the next lesson. All right, see you.